when you have a book, you really, really, really are branded. You really, really are distinguished. You really, really stand out. And people want to buy from you. They want to sign up for coaching. They want to play your videos on YouTube.
Millions of people all over the world have come to know success and personal fulfillment on a grand scale, thanks to the teachings and dedication of this man.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Raymond Aaron!
Exciting and motivating audiences everywhere into action with his unique insight and life-changing strategies. He has helped many people from many different walks of life take conscious control of their lives, enabling them to double or even quadruple their income doing what they love.
When you're doing what you love, your light shines so brightly that other people are attracted to you.
He's Raymond Aaron, a New York Times best-selling author. He has been listed in the Who's Who for nearly 2 decades and has appeared on numerous radio and television programs during that time, sharing his vision and his wisdom. Raymond's success can be attributed to the many years of collected wisdom from various mentors and associates, as well as his own life-tested techniques. Techniques that have helped hundreds of thousands achieve their dreams. Techniques he himself uses in his daily life.
He models what he teaches. He's done it, he models it, and that shows through.
He lives his mission. He really is deeply committed to people having their dreams come true.
Raymond Aaron is well known and respected by celebrity mentors and entrepreneurs throughout the country.
My life completely changed when I met Raymond Aaron, because Raymond could take the best of what I had to offer the world and give me a model by which to touch the world to a greater degree and live more abundantly.
The one thing about Raymond's program is that Raymond under-promises and over-delivers. And I say that about almost no one. He has a great program, and I highly recommend it to you.
He is just a sweet, sweet human being. And whenever I say that, sweet human being, I want you to get, he's sweet and powerful. He's fun and serious. He's playful and profound. It's the full package.
What I love most about Raymond is that he is absolutely dedicated to making his life the best life it can be and making your life the best life it can be and creating as much fulfillment on this planet as there can be. He is absolutely caring. He's got a brilliant mind. He is wonderful at structuring great programs, but it's really his heart that's leading the way.
Raymond wants to help you achieve the same level of success as these people, as he has for thousands of others. These others started out just like everyone here, and through Raymond's methods, you'll learn not only to become successful, but to do it efficiently and quickly. Please welcome Raymond Aaron.
Okay, that minute was about me. All the rest of the time is about you. So let me explain what's going to happen. I'm going to teach you everything you need to know about writing a book and getting it published and having all kinds of clever ideas that you would never think of on your own. And then there's going to be a bit of a break. And then I'm going to give away something. I'm going to give away a book, a download of a beautiful book that I've written, and you will absolutely love it. It's huge and it's great, and I wrote it and you'll love it. So let's get started. How much do you earn? I'm not going to embarrass you by asking you individually, but I do want to tell you that when I talk to my super famous, highly branded friends, they tell me that they earn more than they think anybody deserves. And when I speak to people who find out about me through YouTube or something like that, and I say, how much do you earn? They always say way less than I deserve. Why do you earn less than you deserve? And my friends earn way more than they think anyone deserves. You guessed it, because every single one of my friends has written a book. That is the difference. Shockingly, that's the difference. I know you're ready for a change. I know you want to be in the top 1% of income earners, but you can't do it by working harder. You can't do it by taking on a second job. You can't do it by driving Uber. That doesn't work. You have to do something transformationally different. What is the top 1%? It's $300,000, 300,000 Swiss franc, 300,000 pounds sterling, 300,000 euro, 300,000. That's it. And if you're already earning more than that, then the top 1% of the top 1% is 900,000. And it's actually easier to earn $300,000 once you're branded by writing a book than it is to earn your current income. It's easier to earn $300,000 when you're branded because money comes to you. People will, for example, pay you an awful lot of money to coach them, which has no expenses whatsoever. It's just pure profit, and it's a great life. And you might say, okay, Big Shot, what's your income? And I won't tell you what I earned per year, but I'll tell you the best I ever did. I earned $1 million in a 90-minute speech. $1 million in a 90-minute speech. Why? Because I wrote a book. Otherwise, I wouldn't even been able to get on stage. Only 9 people in the entire world have ever done that. Brian Tracy, Tony Robbins, a half a dozen others, and me. Why? Because I'm branded. And if you're not branded, life will seem unfair to you. Life will seem unfair to you. And I want life to not only be fair, I want the scales to be tilted in your direction so that you can earn a lot of money easily, because people will pre-love you as soon as they find out that you've written a book. So make sure you take great notes. You must climb the 4-rung ladder of wealth. How many rungs? 4. The first rung is visibility. Every single person who earns more than you is more visible than you. That means more people know them than know you. And the second rung is credibility. Every single person who has a higher income than you is loved by more people than love you. Now, I'm not saying anything negative. You're a wonderful person, but to earn more money, more people have to know you or know of you. And of those people who know you or know of you, more of them have to love you. And if you have visibility and credibility, you cannot stop the wealth from coming in. If you have visibility and credibility, you cannot stop the wealth from coming in. Now, I promised you 4 rungs. I've delivered 3. If I don't come up with another rung quickly, my brand is in jeopardy. And there is another rung, but it's in the dark side. It's in the wrong direction. It's invisibility. Invisibility means that you are known by a few neighbors, a few family members, a few coworkers, and a few friends, and that's it. 97% of people, employees and entrepreneurs and business people in the Western world are completely invisible. 97% of people in the Western world die broke. Don't let that happen to you. It's not okay. So where do you earn more money, at the top or the bottom? Obviously at the top. And you typically have to take one step at a time. However, I've discovered the only 2-step, and it starts from invisibility, which is fortunate because that's where you are. And because it's the 2-step, it gobbles up visibility and credibility at once. But you already know that if you have visibility and credibility, you can't stop the wealth from coming in. And so my brilliant idea takes you all the way from the very bottom, all the way to the very top. Wow, wow, wow. It's the most brilliant idea I've ever come up with in my life, and you're going to get it right now. Wait for it. Here it comes. You must have your own book. You must have your own book. Every single friend of mine who's super wealthy and super famous has written a book. Wow. And your friends, you haven't written a book. That's the difference. And I'm going to be talking about that a lot. So pay attention. My dear friend, Dr. John Gray, he was the one who wrote Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, Kids Are From Hell. I asked him, if you could change one thing in your amazing life, what would you change? And he said, I'd rather have a book than a PhD. I'd rather have a book than a PhD. I said, why? He said, call up a radio station and say, I have a PhD. Do you want to interview me? They'll say no. But now call up a radio station and say, I wrote a book on men-women relationships. Oh, please come in. We'd love to interview you. I wrote a book on real estate. I wrote a book on Bitcoin. I wrote a book on Pilates. I wrote a book on how to fly an airplane. I wrote a book on how to cook desserts, like whatever it is that's your shtick. I wrote a book on real estate. I wrote a book on stock market. Whatever you know about, anything you know about, there's a million people in the world that want to know about it. Wow. Having a book means you can indeed aim higher. Money will come to you. Opportunities will come to you. Income, media appearances, patience, clients, joy, money of all kinds will just come to you on its own. Do you know where it comes from? When it comes to you, do you know where it comes from? It comes from where it is now. Why leave it there? Don't leave it there. Now, what I've done to make this a very powerful presentation is I've divided it into 3 parts. The first part is how terrible my life was. And then the second part is the one decision that I made, which changed my life. And the third part is how wonderful my life is now. So how terrible my life was, the one decision that I made, the one change that I made, and now how wonderful my life is. If I made 10 changes, you wouldn't know which one was the one, but I only made one change. So now here's how terrible my life was. When I was born, I was broke. Maybe some of you have had that same experience. And then I took a job I didn't particularly like. So I took it out on a substance. And my substance of abuse was food. I got very, very fat. And because I was fat, I was listless and I didn't have much energy and I felt like I needed to nap in the afternoon. And so eventually my boss fired me. When I went home and told my wife that I was unemployed, she did the only thing a reasonable woman could do. She dumped me out of our marriage. And I learned something. I learned that getting fired and divorced on exactly the same day are just extreme forms of market research. And what the marketplace was telling me was that I was doing everything wrong. Nutritionally, overweight. Vocationally, fired. Matrimonially, dumped. You don't even know the bad news yet. Psychologically, I was depressed. I was a 39-year-old life loser. A 39-year-old life loser, $100,000 in debt. A 39-year-old life loser, $100,000 in debt. And by the way, I'm a really clever guy. I graduated as a physicist. I have a Mensa IQ. That means the top 2% of IQ in the entire world's population. And I produced a life of crap. And I thought it was going to get worse. I didn't know. 39 years and I had just done nothing. And it was getting worse and worse and worse. And then the turning point in my life came when someone said, write a book. I said, write a book? I don't get it. I don't get it. What should I write a book on? And I knew that I should write a book on something I knew about, but I didn't even know why I should write a book. And so my friend said to me, well, every single person who struggles has not written a book. And every single person who's rich has written a book. I said, okay, I'll write a book. And I thought I should write a book about something I knew about. So I figured maybe I'll write this book. How to Become a 39-year-old Life Loser, 7 Proven Techniques. I could write that book, but it's not the brand I was going for. So I did write this book many years ago. You Can Make $1 Million in Canadian Real Estate. When I showed it to my mother, she said, son, why do you have a broken picket fence across the bottom? I said, Ma, those are houses. I drew them myself. She said, son, you could have drawn better houses when you were 4. Anyways, the next 10 seconds are the most shocking 10 seconds of your life. If you were going to go for a pee break or eat a ham sandwich, don't do it now. What I say over the next 10 seconds, you will never forget for the rest of your life, and it'll change your life the way it changed my life. Here it is, the most important crux of my entire presentation. Get ready, here it is. From age 39 to age 40, I got out of $100,000 of debt. The first time I was out of debt in my entire adult life. And in the next year, from age 40 to age 41, I became a millionaire and I've never looked back. Wow, Wow, wow. If you are shocked by that, if you would like that to happen to you, then I want you to type in wow with 2 exclamation marks in the chat. Do that right now. Go to the chat right now and type in wow, W-O-W, with 2 exclamation marks if you would like to have a graph like that. Oh, here they come. Whoa, wow, they're flooding in. Keep them coming, keep them coming. Yes. Wow with 2 exclamation marks if you would like that to happen to you. Very, very good. And now I've got something even better to tell you. My clients are getting there faster than I ever did. My clients are getting there faster than I ever did. Why? Because I'm a far better teacher of how to write a book that makes you a lot of money than the guy who helped me way back then. That's amazing for you. So I told you how terrible my life was. I told you the one thing that I changed, the one thing. I wrote a book. And now come into my life now. My dearest friend is Jack Canfield. He's the co-creator of the entire Chicken Soup for the Soul series of books. He was the star of the movie The Secret. I'm on vacation with him there on a cruise ship. This is not just a selfie. I go on vacation with Jack Canfield twice a year. We've actually been dear friends for 30 years. And he has written a book. He's written actually hundreds of books. And I think you can see me in the bottom left corner of this picture. I'm not exactly sure. And Les Brown, dear friend, one of the greatest speakers of all time. And Stedman Graham, Oprah's boyfriend. He is so tall that I was so embarrassed with this picture. I said to Stedman, don't move. I ran around the hotel to try to find a stool that I could stand on in order to have the picture taken. And it didn't work. He's still taller than me, even when I'm standing on a stool. Oh my gosh, it's so embarrassing. Rudy Giuliani, the greatest mayor of all time, good friend. Bob Proctor, the grandfather of the entire personal growth industry, and my neighbor. Sir Richard Branson, I'll never forget his name. I want you to notice something. Every single time that I introduce you to a friend of mine, books drop down. Every single time I introduce you to a friend of mine, books drop down. On the other hand, when you go visit a friend of yours, books don't drop down. Books do not drop down. And that's why you and your friends earn far less than you deserve. And me and my friends earn way more than we think anyone deserves. And that's the truth. Brian Tracy, he wrote The Laws of Business Success, good friend of mine. Brian Mulroney, the Prime Minister of Canada, good friend. Steve Wozniak, the only living co-founder of Apple Computers. And Dr. John Gray himself. Bill Clinton, I introduced him at the giant O2 Arena in London at the biggest business event in the history of the United Kingdom. Arnold Schwarzenegger, and the greatest wealth teacher of all time, Robert Kiyosaki, great friend of mine. And best of all, wait till you see this, Shrek. Now, I say this as a joke, but listen carefully. Even Shrek has a book. Even Shrek has a book. Wow. It's not what you know. It's not who you know. It's who knows you. It's who knows you. And the most famous people in the world know me. Did they know me when I was 39? No. Did they want to know me at age 39? No. Do they know you? No. Do they want to know you? Apparently not. Do they know me now? Yes. What changed? I wrote a book. Wow. But in order to write a book, you have to solve 4 problems. Just 4. Make sure you get these down. The first problem is the forward scandal. Please spell it correctly. Forward is not a direction, forward versus backward. Forward is a 1-page letter at the beginning of a book that says, written by a celebrity, that says how wonderful you are and how wonderful the book is. Spell it correctly, please. The scandal is that world famous celebrities know that if they write the forward for you, you will make an enormous amount of money. So they charge $25,000, $50,000, $100,000, even up to $500,000 in order to write a forward for you, because they know how much money you will make. So here's the rule. You must have a forward. It must be written by a world famous celebrity, but you cannot You cannot pay extra for it. Here we go. Problem number 2, you must be getting these down, is the publishing problem. And here's what most people do. They spend years and years and years writing a book. They make 100 copies of it. They send it to 100 publishing companies, and then they get 100 letters saying no. That's a horrible waste of time. Broke people always do it wrong. Here's my rule. Don't you dare even start writing your book until you already have a commitment from a publisher. Don't you dare even start writing your book until you have a commitment from a publisher. But Raymond, if it's so difficult to get a publisher once you have a manuscript, how on earth can you guarantee me a publisher before I even start writing the book? I will tell you before I leave this show. I will tell you before I finish this presentation. Wow, 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 wow. And number 3, you must have an official book launch. What is that? Well, it's a huge room with lots of people, maybe media, and lots of attention, lots of excitement. You understand it for a movie. Every movie has a world premiere. Well, you need to have that too. It has to be hundreds of people, it has to be very exciting. It's very expensive. It costs maybe $10,000 or $20,000, and the author has to pay for it. $10,000 or $20,000, and the author has to pay for it. So make a little note. When I get you a publisher, guaranteed when I get you a publisher, see if the publisher will pay even part of the official book launch for you. And then finally, number 4, you must end procrastination, because people are tired of hearing you say, I'm going to write a book. They've heard that. They've heard all kinds of people saying, I have a book inside of me. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, I have written and had published 146 books. You heard me right, 146 books. And every single one of them came out on time. Why? Because I created a job description called my personal book architect. And I've taught her exactly how to work with me, how to make sure I progress forward every day or every weekend. And she pushes me, but not too hard, but just enough to get me moving. And it's an amazing asset. And because I have a personal book architect, it's like a private book coach. My books come out on time, 146 books. Wow, wow, wow. However, those are the 4 problems that I promised you, but I don't want to leave you with just 4. I'm going to give you a bonus 5th problem. Never join any program unless the guru himself is willing to personally teach you in a follow-up workshop. You see, these days, speakers are really clever and sly. They can give you the impression they're going to be holding your hand and staying with you forever, but actually, after you register, you never see them again. So make sure before you join any program that the guru himself, not one of his employees, is willing to personally teach you in a follow-up workshop. This is very, very important. So how do you know when you're branded? Let's turn the tables a bit. When someone says wow about you, you're branded. So most people, they get together and they chat, how's the weather? Our team won last night. Isn't that great? Wasn't that a great big score at the end? Yeah, they just yak and yak and yak and nobody says wow. I'm going to teach you how to get people to say wow about you. And when they say wow, you're branded, as Bianca found out.
My name is Bianca Montiel, and I'm the author of the book called Let's F the System, 5 Ways to Have All the Fun and Freedom You Want. Ever since I started writing this book, only amazing stuff happened to me. And plus, everybody that meets me and finds out that I'm an author, they all say, wow. And I think that's kind of the only thing we actually aim for in life, to be amazing. And because I said amazing, I wanted to tell you that Raymond is amazing.
Wow. Thank you, Bianca. Thank you. Thank you. Every wealthy person and every successful company is branded. How many ways are there to get branded? 4. How many ways do you need? 1. It's like there may be many ways to get pregnant, but you only need 1 if you want to get pregnant. So I'm going to teach you how many ways? All 4. How many do you choose? 1. You don't need more than 1. And so I'm going to teach you all 4 and you choose 1. Choose the one that's easiest for you. Okay, here we go. Technique number 4 is branding by association. Who do you hang with? Who are your friends? I showed you pictures of me with hundreds of world famous people, but you may not have world famous high celebrity, multimillionaire author friends. And so this one doesn't work for you. Okay, there's still 3 others, no problem. Branding technique number 3 is branding by testimonial. Oh my gosh, I have great testimonials, you might say to me, but maybe you don't. Oh yes, many of them. No. You see, here's my rule, which is going to shock you. A testimonial cannot be from your client. Write that down. A testimonial cannot be from your client. And I'll tell you why. If you're trying to convince me that I should buy something from you, and you say, look, read this testimonial from Mary McGregor, and it says something nice, like that you're terrific, but I say to myself, who the heck's Mary McGregor? Maybe it's the name of your dog. How do I know? And so it doesn't carry the oomph that it should, because I don't know who Mary McGregor is. But if it's a world famous celebrity, then I salute and I say, oh my gosh. So a testimonial must be from a world famous celebrity and not your client. You might say, well, that's a tall order, Raymond. Do you have a world famous celebrity? Well, let's see. Have you ever heard of Robert Kiyosaki? His most famous book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, the greatest and most famous wealth teacher of all time. And I actually like his second book better, Cash Flow Quadrant. I like Cash Flow Quadrant a lot better. Here's what Robert Kiyosaki says about me. I thank Raymond Aaron and his tapes on goal setting for helping me achieve more with less stress. Wow, wow, wow. When a big guy says a big thing, that's a big deal. Now you might be skeptical and say, how do I know he said that? And here's the answer. He wrote it on page 187 of his second book. He wrote it on page 187 of the very first edition of his second book. Wow, I have a copy here. I thank Raymond Aaron and his tape on goal setting for assisting me in achieving more with a lot less stress. And at the top right, you can see the cash flow quadrant. That's page 187 of the very first edition of his incredibly famous and popular book, Cash Flow Quadrant. And because of that one sentence, I've earned an extra $8 million over the last 7 years. Because of that one sentence, I've earned an extra $8 million over the last 7 years. If you would like money to just show up in your bank account, I want you to type $8 million into the chat right now. Type $8 million. Now, you may not get 8 million, but it's a good thing to hope for. It's a good vision for you. Maybe you'll get only 4 million or 1 million. You may get 20 million, but I want you to type in $8 million because that's what I earned and that's what you might want to earn extra. Yeah, I see them coming in now. $8 million. I earned an extra $8 million over the last 7 years because of that one sentence. Wow, wow, wow. But you may not have great testimonials, certainly not by world famous celebrities. You've blown 2, there's still 2 to go. So let's keep going. Branding technique number 2 is branding by achievement. What are your achievements? Were you recently the mayor of your city or the governor of your state? Were you recently the prime minister or president of your country? Did you recently win a Nobel Prize? Did you recently break a world record? Did you recently win an Olympic gold medal? No? Oh, that's too bad. Well, let's see if I have any achievements. This one is just for fun. I'm sure you know the incredibly difficult athletic exercise called the plank, where your forearms and your toes touch the ground and your back has to be absolutely straight. Most people can do it for 30 seconds, maybe 45 seconds, and then they collapse panting on the carpet. Well, I did it for an amazing, wait till you see it, an amazing 11 minutes. I did an 11-minute plank. And I've been in the who's who for almost 40 years. I've been in the who's who for almost 40 years. And every single year, without fail, I've been on the very first page, but that's mostly for alphabetical reasons. And I'm internationally syndicated on radio talk shows around the world. And you can be on radio and television too, but only if you've written a book. Nobody wants you if you haven't written a book. No one will invite you to be interviewed by them on their podcast or on their blog or on their stage or on their radio and television talk show unless you've written a book. Now you might say, oh yes, I was interviewed once. Yes, but maybe there was only 11 people who watched that podcast. I'm talking about a TV show that has thousands, hundreds of thousands of viewers, and a podcast that has hundreds of thousands of downloaders. I'm talking about the big ones. You'll never get on those unless you've written a book. I'm sure you've heard of the incredible blockbuster movie, The Secret. There were only 40 teachers filmed for that movie, and I was one of them. Wow. I was one of only 40 teachers chosen to be filmed for the movie, The Secret. Why? Because I'd written a book. Are you getting the point yet? Every single person who was chosen to be filmed for the movie The Secret had already written a book. Not a single person was chosen who hadn't written a book. Are you getting the message? Wow. And I bought and sold over 1,100 properties, and that's over $500 million in today's money in buying and selling. Wow, wow, wow. But you may not have great achievements. You've only got one left. You're hanging on by your fingernails and your nails are getting sore. So I hope this one applies to you because it's the only one you got left. Branding by wow. When someone says wow about you, you are branded. And what is the easiest wow is to tell somebody that you wrote a book. When you tell someone you wrote a book, what they will say is, wow. And when they say wow about you, you are branded. And when you're branded, they'll want you to coach them at very high fees. They'll want to buy from you. They'll choose you over others. They'll choose you over others who charge less. You can raise your fees and they'll still want you. That's the power of the celebrity of having written a book. It took me 4 years to write Chicken Soup for the Parent Soul, and it became a New York Times top 10 bestseller. And so for the rest of my life, I can legitimately call myself a New York Times top 10 best-selling author. Did I make money at this book? Yes, I get a check every quarter. That means every 3 months. And my very first check was $100,000 royalty check. Wow. And then because that was so successful, Jack Canfield invited me to write Chicken Soup for the Canadian Soul. It was the very first national chicken soup book ever attempted, and it became the #1 bestseller in Canada every week for 6 months after its release. Did I make money at that? Yes. My very first royalty check was $100,000. Can you make money writing a book? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And I wrote Branding Small Business for Dummies, which I'm going to give you as a gift at the end of my presentation. I wrote Branding Small Business for Dummies. I wrote it and I decided not to allow the For Dummies empire to sell it. Why? Because I will not give away that wisdom for 20 bucks. There is so much wisdom in that book that I will not let you have it for 20 bucks. It's not for sale. Don't bother going to Amazon. Don't bother going to my own website. You will not be able to buy it anywhere. But I will give it to you free at the end of this presentation because I love you for hearing about me, maybe on YouTube or something like that, and deciding to trust me and to listen to my presentation. And you're going to be shocked at how long it took me to write this book. Did it take 4 years? No, because I looked at all the activities that I did to write my previous books. And I looked at how many pages each of those activities took. And most of the activities produce no pages whatsoever, but every author thinks they have to do these. 2 activities produced all the pages of the book. And so I just did those 2 activities and the book got done so fast. When the fireworks die down, you're going to scream, wow, when you find out how long it took me to write this book. Here it is, 10 hours to write Branding Small Business for Dummies, which is an amazing, amazing book. I wrote a book. I got rich. You want rich? Write a book, but not in 1 to 4 years. The giant breakthrough is you can write a book in only 10 hours. Now, if you're skeptical, take 20 hours. It's not a race. It doesn't matter to me. As Lisa found out.
Hi, everybody. I'm Lisa Phillips, author of the book, The Artistic Edge, and I just wanted to share some amazing things that happened to me since my book was published. Within the first 3 months, I was published in the Washington Post 3 times, and I was able to get a keynote speaking gig in the US at the Tennessee Arts Commission, where my speaking fee was $5,000. I've had so many more incredible things happen, from blog posts, conferences, articles, and also having my book being used as a teaching tool for school boards all across the US. So thank you so much, Raymond, for encouraging me to write my book.
Wow, 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 wow. You have a book inside of you. It's time to get it out. It's time to make lots of money with a book. Wow. As Jim found out.
Hi, my name is Jim Hetherington, and I wrote this book, Your Relationship Rescue Handbook, in the 10-10-10 program. And Raymond said that it was going to change my life, and it really has. Ever since I've written this book, I've been invited to co-author in other books. One is actually published already. I have my second book coming out in the spring. I've been invited to speak on stages. I've been invited to do radio shows and TV shows. I've been invited to go to training events where I teach, and I'm on main stage and training and encouraging other people. It just really has changed my life. I highly encourage you to get involved in the 10-10-10 program. Write a book. Raymond's team is just amazing. Raymond himself is a great mentor, great teacher, has amazing systems that will really help you get this thing through, get it done, get it published, and get out of the sea of sameness.
Wow, thank you, Jim. Wow. But now here's your excuses. But I don't have the time. Well, excuse me, according to Wikipedia, the average person in the Western world watches 11 hours of television a week, and it only takes 10 hours to write a book. So you can actually write 52 books this year and still watch your favorite TV show. Don't you dare tell me that you don't have the time. But I'm bad at English. It doesn't matter, because nobody sees your book except your editor. Your editor is the first person that sees your book, and the editor corrects your spelling, your grammar, your punctuation, your sentence structure. The editor corrects it all so it looks like an angel wrote your book. Even if English isn't your first language, even if you're just bad at spelling and grammar and punctuation, the editor makes you look fabulous. So everyone needs an editor and a formatter, by the way, but it's not included in my program because the cost is very small. I show you how to get the cost for a very small amount. And I also teach you how you might be able to get it for free. So don't bother paying for it if you can get it for free. I've never written anything before. 94% of the thousands of people who've registered for my book writing program over the last 10 years have never written anything before. 94%. And so I've designed the program for people who have never written a book before, and I hold your hand and I guide you through it so that it's totally painless. It really, really works. But I don't know what to write about. Well, here's a legitimate problem. You may not know what to write about, but I personally work with you. Me personally, I personally work with you. My mouth to your ears, your mouth to my ears, we talk, we work together. And I show you not just how to have a great topic and not just to have the perfect target audience, but also to have a great title and a great subtitle and great chapter headings. I work it out with you personally so that you won't just have a book at the end, you'll have a book that makes you a lot of money. But I'm just an employee. Then get ready for raises, promotions, and job offers from other companies. Why? Because no one else has written a book. You'll stun them. You'll be amazed. You'll amaze them. But I'm a professional. We're not allowed to advertise. That's true. But a book is not caught by the self-governing bodies as an advertising tool, and yet it's the best advertisement there could ever be, as Ursula found out.
Hey, this is Ursula. Almost immediately after I announced that I was the author of an upcoming book, I started to get invitations to do podcasts and speaking engagements. And of course, I got new clients walking through my door. I love Raymond's 10-10-10 program. Raymond is amazing.
Wow. Thank you, Ursula. Wow. But I don't know much. You know much more than your readers. You know much more than your readers. I wrote a book, Double Your Income Doing What You Love, so Richard Branson didn't read it. So what? He knows more than me. Who read it is the hundreds of thousands of people who know less than me about how to double your income doing what you love. That's the secret. What kind of book should I write? You can write a nonfiction book about what you want to make way more money at. You can write a fictional story. You can write an autobiography about your own life. You can write a biography about someone else's life. You can just want to publish your poetry, or you can write a children's book. I published all of them, and it all works. My friends will laugh at me. No, they won't. They'll be dazzled, and you know it. How much does it cost? Well, it costs as much as a small car, but if you can't afford it, you'd better join. Because if you've been working for 5, 10, 20, 30 years and you don't have a few $1,000s to rub together to invest in yourself, you better do something different. And this is the most powerful something different you're ever going to get offered. Oh, by the way, I'm not offering this for sale now. I'm not, but I'm very proud of it. It's called the Ultimate Author's Marketing Guide, and it's 6 audio modules. It's 6 audios. And in those 6 audios, you learn how to dramatically increase sales of your book, and you learn how the book can dramatically increase sales of you, your professional services, your products. Whatever you offer, people will be willing to buy you because you've written a book. And this is my legacy. It costs $3,000. People who are fortunate enough to get into my book writing program typically 2 or 3 months later see the benefits of this and they purchase it later. So I'm just telling you the truth that if you get into my program, you'll probably want to invest another $3,000 in the Ultimate Author's Marketing Guide. So how will a book help you? Let's get really down to detail. How will a book help you? Well, I know how a book will help you because I know how it's helped me, and I know how it's helped my thousands of clients around the world. Because of my books, I take a 1-week vacation every single month. I know it sounds shocking. I know it sounds impossible, but I take a 1-week vacation every single month. Not during the COVID lockdown, you can't fly anywhere. But other than that, I've been taking a 1-week vacation every single month. I've got about 10 slides like this. I'm just going to show you one of them. But even more shocking, I also take a 1-month vacation every year. I slept on that beach in Fiji for a month. I went whitewater canoeing in the high Arctic of Canada for a month. I went to the rainforest in Ecuador for a month. I had a 1-month honeymoon in the North and South Islands of New Zealand. I trekked around the Annapurna Mountains in Nepal for 1 entire month. I was in safari in South Africa for a month. I did a double crossing of the Sahara Desert by jeep and camel for a month. I actually spent 4 months going all the way through Europe, from Israel, which was never in Europe, to England, which is no longer in Europe, but for some reason I still call it my 4-month European vacation. I spent a month in Australia. I spent a month in Bali. I spent a month in Croatia. And my favorite, my all-time most blessed favorite 1-month vacation was Antarctica. What a blessed continent that is. What a blessed continent that is. And there I took the greatest picture I ever took in my life. Do you want to see it? Good, because I brought it. And there it is. Yes, I brought my tuxedo to Antarctica, and there I am with a king penguin. Behind my head is not gravel. Behind my head is 150,000 king penguins. Wow, wow, wow. So, would you like to have a life that I have? I have no debt. I have high income. I have very high wealth. My investments are all prosperous. I have the sweetest marriage that any man could ever imagine. My wife is a very high income CEO / sales manager. She is a competitive dancer, a model, and an actress, and she loves me. And I'm so grateful. And not only do I have the sexiest wife on the planet, I drive the sexiest car on the planet, a beautiful red Tesla S. And actually, let me correct that. I don't drive it. It drives me. It drives me. I just get in, and with voice controls, it just goes anywhere I say. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. It's so beautiful. It's like an amusement car ride. It's an amusement park ride. It's so beautiful. I have a gorgeous new home, which is a log cabin out in the wilderness. It's a 3-story log cabin on a beautiful property with muskrats, deer. Oh my gosh, it's so, so beautiful. I have 3 fireplaces that you can see from anywhere in the entire log cabin. I have an indoor sauna, an outdoor hot tub. I have a river on the property. It's free and clear, of course. All my properties are free and clear. Wow, wow. High residual income, lots of time off to do what I want. That's what will happen to you when you have a book. Now, you've heard some of the testimonials talk about 10, 10, 10. So let me explain it. 10, 10, 10 is the name of my book writing program, and it stands for you'll write a book of 10 chapters of your own words, and don't worry, I will help you. And you'll get it done in 10 hours of your own time. If you want to take 20, it's fine. It's not a race. But here's the important one. You'll be holding your finished, physical, published book. You'll be holding your finished, physical, published book in your hands in only 10 weeks. Wow. 10, 10, 10. Wow. Now, there are 2 levels to my program, the upper level and the lower level. And I'm going to explain both levels to you so that you'll understand it. The lower level is called platinum. That's level number 1. And at platinum, there are 5 guarantees. So let me read you the 5 guarantees. The first guarantee is on the topic of I don't know what to write about. So guarantee number 1 is that I personally will work with you to get the perfect target audience, the perfect topic, the perfect title, the perfect subtitle, the perfect chapter headings in order to not just have a book, to have a book, a great book that makes you a lot of money. That's a guarantee. Guarantee number 2 is I'll tell you the perfect book length. You see, if your book is too wide, then people will say, oh, no, I don't have the time. If your book is too narrow, people will say, it's just a marketing brochure. But psychographically, if your book is exactly a certain number of pages, then you'll be branded powerfully. People will want to buy your book and they will want to buy services from you. And I guarantee I'll teach you the exact perfect book length. And then we work backwards from that to figure out how many pages to allocate to each chapter, etc. Guarantee number 3 has to do with what's the deadline to get the book done. Well, you already know it. You already know it. It's 10 weeks. I already told you that. But no, I'm going to offer you 1 entire year, 5 times longer than you need, 5 times longer than you need to make sure you get your book done. Guarantee number 4 is the most important one. When do I start making money? And this one you'll absolutely love, because you're probably guessing that you will make money maybe a month to 6 months after your book is published. No way. Maybe if you go with somebody else, maybe if you go with an ordinary publisher, maybe if you go with an ordinary teacher, maybe, but wait till you see this. Guarantee number 4, you will make money before you finish writing your book. I guarantee you, you will make money before you finish writing your book. In fact, most of my authors make money before they even start to write their book. That's the most shocking one. If you're writing it down, put a gigantic asterisk beside that one. You'll make money before you finish writing your book. Oh, Raymond, you always talk so positively, but you don't understand. I got problems. I got heavy problems in my life. Well, the reason you have so many heavy problems is because you're not branded, and so you're earning far less than you deserve. The reason you have problems is because you're not branded. And so you work an hour, you get a buck, you sell a widget, you get a buck, you see a patient, you get a buck. But why won't you get $10 or $50 for the same work? And it's because you're not branded. And I know you're saying it can't happen to me. I'm in a union or we have rules in our industry. Nonsense. I have clients in every single one of the 185 industrial categories of business, in every single one of those industrial categories, and every one of them is making way, way more money. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can make lots of money with the book. You can go places you never thought you could go when you follow me as your leader in writing a book. Guarantee number 5 is the forward scandal. Now, remember I told you have to spell forward correctly, and also that there's 3 rules. Number 1, you must have a forward. Number 2, it must be written by a world famous celebrity. And number 3, I got it wrong. You must have and you can't pay for it. You can't pay extra for it. Can't believe I forgot that. So you must have a forward. It must be written by a world famous celebrity. And number three, you can't pay extra for it. And you'll be shocked when you see this. If you're writing it down, make sure you get this down. Guarantee number five, I will write the forward for your book. I will write the forward for your book. Wait till you see it. Here's a book that I published called The Unique You. It's a very clever title that I helped Regina Neal get. And at the bottom, it says forward by Raymond Aaron, New York Times bestselling author. Now, if they know me, they'll say, wow, how did you get Raymond Aaron? If they don't know me, they'll still say, wow, because it says forward by New York Times bestselling author. They'll say, how the heck did you get a New York Times bestselling author to write the forward for your book? They'll say, wow, when you tell them you wrote a book. They'll say, wow, when they see that you have such a celebrity as your forward. Wow, wow, wow. And I want to tell you something really incredible. You can get there faster than me. You can get there way faster than me. Why? Because I'm a way better coach than the guy who helped me all those years ago. You can earn your annual income in one speech, but only if you've written a book. You'll never get on my stage. You'll never get on my stage unless you've written a book. I won't let anyone on my stage, because if you haven't written a book, it's like you've got nothing to say. If you've got nothing to say, I won't let you on my stage. So a book is your passport. A book is your business card. A book is your entry. A book is your foot in the door. A book is your explosion. A book is your transformation, as Raisa found out.
Hi, my name is Raisa, and I'm the award-winning author of the book, Make My World a Better Place, How to Live in Peace and Harmony with Others. Do you have any goals, dreams, ideas, opinions that you want to share with the world? Then you need to write a book. For me, this was impossible without the 10-10-10 program hosted by Raymond Aaron. It's fast, easy, simple to use, and you actually get things done. With this book, I was able to gain my first speaking opportunity with the world famous Bob Proctor, and then I'm going to have the same opportunity to speak with the world famous Jack Canfield, all because I wrote a book. Raymond, he is amazing, and without his program, I wouldn't be able to do so many things. The age of 16, that's right, I'm 16. Thank you.
Like age 16 and she knows enough to write a book. Don't you dare tell me that you can't write a book. I want you to type right now in the chat, I can write a book. I can write a book. I want you to type in the chat right now, I can write a book. I haven't seen it yet. Come on, I haven't seen the first one. There it is. The first one came in. I can write a book. Yes, you can. Get over all of your low self-esteem and I'm not sure and English isn't my first language and friends will laugh at me. Get over all that stuff. I can write a book. Absolutely. You can definitely write a book. Maybe not on your own, but with my guidance, you'll absolutely be able to. Wow. And here is the hugest of all. And that is the second level. I told you about the first level with 5 guarantees. The second level is called Platinum Plus. The higher level is called Platinum Plus. And in addition to the 5 guarantees of platinum, you get 5 more gigantic guarantees with Platinum Plus. So let me talk about the extra 5. The first one of the Platinum Plus, which is the 6th one in total, is you will end procrastination forever. Why? Because you can have my own personal book architect, And maybe you don't really know the benefit of that, so let me explain it to you. This gentleman, Chinmay Swami, was a client of mine, and he heard that he will have his book done in 10 weeks. However, it took him only 6 weeks to write Run Before You Walk. And when news got out, people said, oh, gee, I want to set the world record. So other people tried to write a book faster and faster. They got it done in 4.5 weeks and then 3 3/4 weeks, until this young lady, as a 15-year-old teenager, from start to finish, was holding her book in her hand after 4 days. She took a selfie. She started from nothing at 8 p.m. on Sunday. And at 8 p.m. on Thursday, she sent me a selfie of holding her finished, published book. That's the power of a personal book architect. Now, what if my book isn't published? Well, that's a real problem. Let me tell you what my guarantee is. I will publish your book. I guarantee to publish your book. This is unbelievable. World famous people have trouble getting a publisher, and I guarantee I'll publish your book, and I'm the best publisher in the world. Why? Because the biggest publishers in the world, and they're all head officed in New York City for some reason, they give you a 6% royalty. 6% royalty. That means they keep 94% of your book. That means they keep 94% of your book. Not with me. My imprint is called 10-10-10 Publishing. And shockingly, I give you 100% of all the money that comes in from Amazon. I give you 100% of all the money that comes in from every bookstore in the world. I give you 100% of all the money that comes in when you sell the book on your own stage, in a podcast, the back of your room, to your friends, whatever. 100%. You might say, but Raymond, how do you make any money if you give me 100%? And first of all, I want to thank you for being concerned about my financial well-being, but I'm going to do well this year. I want you to do well. And so my 10-10-10 Publishing Company is a nonprofit arm of my business. I do not earn money in that. I can't earn money in that even if I wanted to, and I don't. I want you to have all the profits from your book. Wow, no other publisher does that for you. And then the next guarantee, number 8, has to do with what will Raymond do if I write other books? 1/3 of my already published authors have already published their second book. Why? Because they made so much money writing the first one, they figure I'll take 10 more hours, write another book. And so guarantee number 8 is I will publish every book you ever write in the future, or any book you may have already written. I will publish your book. That is amazing. You have a guarantee in advance before you even start to write your book that I will publish it and give you 100% of all the revenue. That's unbelievable. Guarantee number 9 is huge. How will I sell my book? And this is big news, big news. I will list your book on Amazon for you. And you might say, well, how does that help? And the answer is you may have never listed a book for sale on Amazon, and so you may not know how to do it. And we not only know how to do it, we know the tricks of the trade. We know exactly what words to put in, what keywords to put in, so that when someone does a search for your kind of book, you will come up high on the list. So let us do it. We can do a really great and better job for you. And finally, guarantee number 10 is the biggest one of all. How will I promote my book? How will I promote my book? How will I make sure that my book gets really big promoted? And here you go. Wait till you see it. Guarantee number 10, I will host and pay for your official book launch. Wow, wow, wow. I want to see wow with 3 exclamation marks this time. I want to see wow with 3 exclamation marks this time, that on the topic that I will host and pay for your official book launch, no matter how much it costs. I haven't seen any yet. Oh, there they start. Wow, 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 wow. I want to see wow with 3 exclamation marks. Yep, they're pouring in now. What a great, you are so wonderful to me. Thank you for playing along. Oh my gosh, wow. Wow. And now here is the very hugest. The very hugest is there's no risk to you whatsoever. Why? Because you get an ironclad guarantee. At the platinum level, there's 5 guarantees. At the Platinum Plus, there's an additional 5 guarantees. You get 5 or 10 guarantees. There's no risk to you whatsoever. So as soon as I show you the link to get into my book writing program, you need to grab it immediately to make sure you get in, because I restrict the number of people who get in. I want to work with a small, tight group so I can get to know you, get to know your story, and get to really, really help you. So how do you get my wisdom? Well, first of all, there's 19 home study videos. So you can play them at home. And you play, the videos are like 15 minutes, 18 minutes each, something like that. And you play the video, you do what it tells you. You play the video, you do what it tells you. But here's the secret. Once you played the 19th video, you're holding your book in your hand. Once you've played the 19th video, you're holding your book in your hand. It's as easy as that. You can just stay at home, play the videos, and write your book. But there's another way. You can attend the Get Your Book Done Bootcamp. I host a Get Your Book Done Bootcamp. It's 3 days long. It's very powerful. It goes from beginning of day 1 to the end of day 3 of exactly every single thing you need to do in order to get your book done. And it's by me live in person. I'll keep you excited. I'll keep you entertained. I'll keep you happy. I'll keep you laughing. And I'll keep pushing you forward in writing your book. You'll never get writer's block. You'll never wonder what to do. You'll know exactly what the next step is. You're under my care all the way. And there's even a third way that you can learn my wisdom, and that is I will assign to you a private coach that I call a personal book architect. And the private coach is the one that helps me write my 146 books. So you get the home study videos that you can play at your leisure, and you can go to the Get Your Book Done Bootcamp, and you can also talk to your private coach, your personal book architect, as often as you wish. All 3 ways are available to you. Wow, wow, wow. Now, I love holding my Get Your Book Done Bootcamp in Hawaii. I just love holding it in Hawaii because if you're going to be in a workshop for 3 days, it might as well be in Hawaii. And this is the most important thing. You see, if you didn't know me and you just typed out a book on your own, it wouldn't have the marketing messages, the subliminal marketing messages that a book needs in order to be a big seller. You see, if you get a group of kids together and you say, where do you want to go for lunch? They'll all yell, McDonald's, McDonald's. Why? McDonald's burger is no big deal. It's kind of a flat bun and a dead patty, and you don't get the choice of pickles or mustard or relish. They just give you whatever they want to. And so it's not a very good burger. And yet it's the best-selling burger in the world. Why? Not because of the burger itself, but because of the marketing, the curvature of the golden arches, the actual color of the golden arches, the humor of the Ronald McDonald clown, the exciting commercials on Saturday morning programming for children, the playground, like everything about it is the marketing. And they do such dazzlingly good marketing that people want to buy their product, even though the product is pretty mediocre. And so if you write a book, even a good book, but you don't have all 31 secret subliminal marketing messages in it, very few people are going to read your book. You might say, oh, no, it's a great book. It's a great book. Everyone's going to want to read it. Yeah, well, I'll tell you, probably every single other burger joint has a better burger than McDonald's. And yet McDonald's outsells them all, even though it has an inferior burger. So it's not the quality of your book that's going to do it. I mean, I want you to write the best book possible, but without the 31 secret marketing messages, your book's not going to sell. You will not get through to the masses. You will not get your message out. You might say, oh, to heck with you, Raymond, I'm going to write my book anyways. I'm sorry, it won't work. It won't work out the way you want. You need to have all 31 subliminal marketing messages on the front and back cover and spine, and also inside your book. But if you're still sitting there wondering, here's the best news of all. It's time for a change. It's time to let the book do all the hard work for you. And it's also time for a giant discount. So I told you it was a small car, but let me be very, very specific. It's $28,000 US dollars. $28,000 US dollars. And as you suspected, I'll probably give you a discount. But in the meantime, that's the tuition. And let's keep going. You'll be able to escape the sea of sameness. You'll be able to climb up onto the island of individuality so that you can float effortlessly down the river of relevant differentiation. You are unique and special, pretending that you're ordinary. You are unique and special, earning as if you're ordinary. That's not what my friends are doing, and that's not what my clients who've already had their book out are doing. You want to be unique and special. You are unique and special, pretending that you're not because you don't have a book. And because I've guaranteed you 10 guarantees, I want to go overboard and guarantee you an 11th guarantee at the Platinum Plus level. At your official book launch, I will make you an award-winning author. How? By giving you an award. And here's the one that Vivian won, and I'll blow it up for you so you can see it. Living a Life of Purpose Award, Vivian Stark, 2018. So you can see it's designed for her. It's named specifically for her and her book. It's crystal. It's a steel base. It's very heavy. It's very beautiful. It's very elegant. And you'll be very, very proud of it. So you'll get a wow when you say, I've written a book. You'll get a wow when you'll say a New York Times top 10 bestseller wrote the forward for me. And you'll get another wow when you say you're an award-winning author. Wow, wow, wow. And here's what it looks like. At the bottom of your book, it'll say your name, and underneath your name, it'll say award-winning author. That's huge. Award-winning author. And I want you to type in now, I want an award. I want you to type in, I want an award. I want you to type in right now, I want an award. I'm just going to have to clear the screen so I can see you putting in your award, putting in that statement for you right now. Here they come. I want an award. I love it. I want an award. Oh, there they come. Wow, they're flying in now. They're coming in 2 or 3 at a time. Oh, I love it. I want an award. Yeah, well, no one else is going to give you an award. And if you're not an award-winning author, don't be surprised if people don't take you as seriously. Okay, let's move on. I'm going to give you a final discount. But why? There has to be a reason. And here's the reason. It's my birthday. I'm 76. Not exactly today, but close enough to today. I'm very inclusive. And I've noticed I have special Superman X-ray vision. I can see there's no gift on your lap to give to me. So I better give a gift to you because there has to be gift giving on a birthday. And I'm going to give you a big gift. I'm going to give you a big gift. Thousands and thousands of dollars off. Thousands and thousands of US dollars off. Wow, wow, wow. But before I do, I want to show you my favorite testimonial. It's from that little 15-year-old teenage girl, Emma, who started from nothing and was holding her book, her published book in her hand in only 4 days. Listen carefully to this. This is so profound.
2 years ago, when I was 15, I published my first book, #Success, How Teens Can Create Their Own Brilliant Future. And immediately after my book was published, I started getting wild results. I went to a new school and my book was already in the school library on display right when you walk in. People had ordered my book and were reading it and were coming up to me when I didn't even know them and saying like I had inspired them and they were so proud of me. And I was invited to all sorts of school activities right when I was a new student because my brand was so high already from the book that I had written. And the whole process was super easy and it was super quick. And the program really, really works and it gets amazing results.
Wow, wow, wow. What a deep, beautiful, touching story. And now I love this one. Nathan lives in Canada where there's lots of snow. And in his town, to remove snow from a residential home from the driveway and the walkway is $850 for the whole season. And that's what everyone pays. But his clients pay him up to $1,200. That's 50% more to remove the same snow because he's written a book. You might say, oh, Raymond, what does a homeowner care if the snow remover wrote a book? But they do. They do care. And it's true. Wait till you see this. This is so powerful and eminently believable.
Hey, Raymond, I got some exciting news for you. Right now, I'm enrolling clients at a price that's higher than my competition. You heard it? Higher. And it's all because of your lessons on branding. I mean, just the other day, I enrolled one client at $1,100. My competition last year charged them $850. And this guy came running to me and enthusiastically signed up for $1,100. I mean, and just today, one guy, I just enrolled a new client for $1,200. And it's Raymond, you are amazing. That's all I can say. Just what Raymond says really works. I can't believe it. It's unbelievable.
Wow. Wow. People respect you so much, they're willing to pay more to get your services. And remember, I told you that I love holding the Get Your Book Done boot camp in Hawaii. I just love holding it there. But because of the lockdown, we can't do it that way. And so we're holding it by Zoom in May. However, there's something I got to tell you. It's sold out. It's completely sold out. I keep the Get Your Book Done bootcamp small so I can get to know you. I can get to know your story. I can help you individually with your title and your subtitle. I really, really want to keep it intimate. May is gone, but don't worry. Why not? Because I'm holding another one by Zoom in June, just a few weeks from now. Now, maybe you're sad because you have something going June 9, 10, 11. Maybe you're happy because I'm holding it so soon and you're free that weekend. Whether you're sad or happy, don't worry, because listen to this. No matter what you got planned, you might have a wedding planned on that weekend. You might have a funeral planned. No, cancel them, because there's nothing you can do as important as getting powerfully branded by writing a book June 9, 10, 11. Hopefully you're happy about it. But if you're sad because you've got something planned, don't worry. Why? Because I hold a Zoom Get Your Book Done bootcamp every month. I hold it every single month. You never, ever have to worry. There's always one coming up. It's so, I do it for you. And I personally am the teacher for all of them because I love teaching it so much. And now I've saved the very last video testimonial for the best one ever. Nick is British, and he purchased my 10-10-10 program, and he made $50,000 in 1 minute before he finished writing his book. This will shock you. This will really, really shock you.
My name is Nick Bradley, and I'm the award-winning author of Zero to Authentic Hero. Raymond Aaron showed me how to write a book and create a brand for myself, and I spent a few £1,000s doing that. But I wanted to get a good return on my investment. So I wanted to make tens of thousands of pounds back on that time. I went to a conference and I didn't even have a book. I hadn't even finished writing my book. So I printed the cover and I wrapped it around my notebook and I held it up, and I had one client who's paid me £50,000. And that's even before I had a book. So thank you, Raymond Aaron.
Wow, wow, wow. 50,000 pounds in 1 minute before he wrote a book, before he finished writing his book. He'd never made anything like that, anywhere near that ever before. But because he was writing a book, people just wanted his wisdom. Wow, wow, wow. That is amazing. I want you to type into the chat right now, big money fast, big money fast. It's not, fast buck overnight. But when you start writing a book, you'll make big money fast. Right in there they come. Right in the chat, big money fast, because that's what will happen to you when you're branded. You'll make money that you consider now as big money coming in faster than you ever imagined. Because right now you sell a widget, you get $1. You work an hour, you get $1. You see a patient, you make $1. But when you are branded by writing a book, money comes in faster than you can ever imagine, sooner than you ever imagine, and in bigger quantities than you ever thought possible to you. Nick never imagined people would ever want him to coach, especially not at 50,000 pounds. Wow. But it's strictly limited admission. That's why the May Get Your Book Done bootcamp is already sold out. But you can still get in and attend the June, or if the June's busy, you can attend July. But June is the one for you, strictly limited. So I'm going to be showing you the link soon. When you see the link, you better click on it immediately, because as soon as I get to the maximum, then I put a big red banner across that landing page that says, sorry, sold out, so you can't get in. So when I show you the link, you need to click on it immediately and grab it to get in. Otherwise, when we reach a certain level, I put a big red banner that says sold out and you can't get in. Okay. So I told you that it's 28,000. I hinted that I would be able to give you some sort of discount. Are you ready? Are you ready? Here it comes. for the most important Platinum Plus. The most important Platinum Plus, it's not $28,000. Wait till you see it. It's only $2,800. It's only $2,800. It's a 90% discount, a 90% discount, the lowest I've ever offered it. Get ready. I'm going to show you the link. When you see the link, grab it. Aaron.com/101010 program. Aaron.com/101010 program. My good staff has put it in the chat. My good staff has put it in the chat. So either type it out yourself, typing carefully, or just go to the chat and click on it, and you'll go immediately to that page. It asks you simple questions like name and address and stuff like that, and you get it immediately. It's a 90% discount, only $2,800. My competitor charges $35,000, $35,000, and that is his price. Compared to mine is $2,800. And he isn't a New York Times top 10 bestselling author. And he won't publish the book for you. And he won't give you 100% of the sales. No, this is your opportunity. Aaron, spelled A-A, it's a double A, AARON.com/101010 program. Wow, grab it immediately. The red banner that says sold out is not there yet, so you still have a chance. And remember I told you that I have a $3,000 Ultimate Authors Marketing Guide. It's 6 audios, and it teaches you how to sell more books, and it teaches you how the book can sell you. I'm giving you a $3,000 gift. My gosh, the whole program is only $2,800, and I'm giving you a $3,000 gift. It's like getting the entire program Platinum Plus for free. Oh my gosh, wow, wow, wow. And not only is the pay in full tuition $2,800, but there is also a payment plan of 4 easy monthly installments of only $787. 4 easy monthly installments of only $787. So if you can afford a few $100s today, you're in the program. And then it's $787 today, and then 3 more easy equal installments over the next few months of $787, totaling 4 easy monthly installments of only $787. It's your choice. If you manage your financial affairs so well that you can invest $2,800 in yourself right now, then go for it, and you'll get the incredible Ultimate Authors Marketing Guide as a $3,000 gift, or do the payment plan, whichever you wish. Aaron.com/101010 program. If you look in the chat, you'll see that my staff has just put it in again. You can just click on it. Now, that's the all-important level 2 Platinum Plus. Now let's go down to the lower level, the first level, called Platinum. And it's not $28,000. Wait till you see this. It's only $997 USD. It's only $997. Wow, wow, wow. Only $997. And yes, you can invest $997 and you can upgrade later. So if you wish to get in at $997, you can upgrade later. And it's the same link, Aaron.com/101010 program. And it's tax deductible against business income. It's tax deductible against business income because every government in the Western world allows you to deduct as an expense anything that you pay for in order to earn income. Anything that you pay for in order to earn income. And by the way, learning how to write a book will dramatically increase your income. And so therefore you can deduct it against business income. Wow. Aaron.com/101010 program. I've created the most amazing solution to dramatically increase your brand, dramatically increase your income, dramatically increase your expenses, because you have to do almost no marketing or selling because people want to buy from you. I've created the most powerful solution. The only thing missing from the solution is you. Get into the program immediately. I can see on the other computer beside me that the red sold out banner is still not posted. So you can still get in, grab it. It may only last for a few more minutes. Get into it immediately. Aaron.com/101010 program. I am the only book writing teacher who makes sure you make money with your book. You don't just write a book, you make money with your book. I'm the only book writing teacher who is himself a New York Times bestselling author. I am the only book writing teacher who has written a chicken soup book and a For Dummies book. No one on earth has written a book in both of those branded series. I'm the only book writing teacher who gives you an official book launch at my expense. And at the book launch, I will tell everyone to buy your book and you keep 100% of all of that money. I pay all the expenses, you keep all the revenue. I'm the only book writing teacher who gives you 100% of your sales, not 6%. I'm the only book writing teacher who gives you a full-time coach called a personal book architect to ensure your book gets done. No procrastination. And it's not $28,000, it's only $2,800, or 4 easy installments of only $787 at the all-important level 2 Platinum Plus. And at the Platinum level, it's only $997. This is USD. And I'm the only book writing teacher who will do the forward for you. And I'm the only book writing teacher who will give the entire program to you for free. You might say, why didn't you tell us that before, Raymond? So let me explain how the free works. When you tell people that you're writing a book or have already written a book, they'll say, oh my gosh, I've always wanted to write a book. Oh my gosh, how did you do it? I'm so afraid. I don't know how to do it. I stare at a blank monitor and I can't do anything. You'll say, well, I might have had that same problem too, but I used a powerful coaching program called Raymond's 10-10-10 program, and it was so easy to write the book. And if they say, oh my gosh, well, I would like to use that too, then as soon as 2 of your friends, just 2, not 20 or 50 or 100, as soon as 2 of your friends join my program, I will personally pay you back 100% of what you paid for the program. I will give you all of your money back as a thank you. Now, I can't give them the Ultimate Author's Marketing Guide. That's too much. But they get every single thing else, including all the guarantees. Wow. I'm the only book writing teacher who will show you how to write a great book in only 10 hours. Take 20 if you want. It's not a race. I'm the only book writing teacher who will show you how to hold your physical published book in your hand in only 10 weeks. Wow. But wait, there's even more. You can reattend the Get Your Book Done Bootcamp as often as you wish at no extra charge for your entire lifetime. You can reattend the Get Your Book Done Bootcamp as often as you wish for the rest of your life at no charge. You can attend it in June. You can attend it in July. You can attend it. In fact, if you are watching this later by YouTube, for example, then it may not be May. It may be some other month. Just go to that link and see exactly what the availability is, because it's available every single month. You can write as many books as you wish in the Platinum Plus program. Wow, wow, wow. So there's the summary. It's only $2,800, not $28,000. For the Platinum Plus, it's only 4 easy monthly installments of $787, and you can get it free as soon as 2 of your friends register, and you get 100% ironclad guarantee, and you get the Ultimate Author's Marketing Guide at the $2,800 purchase price. Aaron.com/10-10-10 program. Wow, wow, wow. And the lower level, the Platinum level, is only $997, exactly the same link. That's the best deal I've ever offered. The best deal I've ever offered. And if you have any questions whatsoever, just email me personally at help@aaron.com. Just email me personally at help@aaron.com. Maybe you want to e-transfer us the money. Maybe you want to wire transfer us the money. Maybe you want to come to our office and give us cash. I don't know, maybe you want to mail us a check. Maybe you want to divide it into 2 or 3 cards, credit cards. Whatever you want, ask whatever financial question you want by emailing me at help@aaron.com. Can I divide it into 2 credit cards? Sure. Can I e-transfer you the money? Yes. Can I wire transfer you the money? Yes. Can I walk into your office with cash? Yes. Can I mail you a check? Yes. 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 We will do everything we can to accommodate you to allow you to be in this program. Aaron.com/10-10-10 program. The red banner is still not up. I suspect it'll pop up soon. At that point, there'll be no other entries allowed. This is the most powerful, the most amazing program I have ever offered. I congratulate you for staying with me. I honor you. You're amazing. I can't wait to help you write your book. I can't wait to help you write your book. So here I am. And if you have any question whatsoever, just email me help@aaron.com. And if you just want to register, then you go to aaron.com/10-10-10 program.